Let's take a look at some famous licks and see how the phrasing is set up to be able to hold our interest. The first one we're going to take a look at is Surfing with the Alien by Joe Satriani. This one has a unique call and response kind of idea that really holds your interest. So we start off with a call, and then we have a response. And with repetition, we hear the call again with a little bit of variation, and then the response. And when you put it together, it's a really interesting piece of work here. So he's kind of training you to listen for that response, because when he puts out the call, you expect to hear that answer. So it holds your interest for a little bit of time. The notes aren't necessarily fancy or a whole lot of notes in the piece, but it's enough to hold your interest. This second one is a ballad by Steve Vai called For the Love of God. And this is a great example of how just some well-placed notes and some held out notes, so we don't have to play everything just speedy fast, can really hold your attention. So we're just going to play up the arpeggio a little bit, which really again is going to set up this call and response idea. So here's the call, and then the response. So it's a real nice flowing line, and it's in a slow tempo, but it's very interesting because it sets up your expectation to be able to listen for the response to the call that he sets up. And the last one we're going to look at in this segment is Purple Haze. So we've got this intro that gets set up by Jimmy that really catches your attention, and it has the very same kind of techniques that Satriani and Vai employ with creating that call and the expectation of the response. So the first couple bars are just this repetitive rhythmic kind of thing. And then we've got this arpeggiated type deal as a call and then a response. So we've got the call, and then we expect to hear that answer as the response. And then we vary it a little bit. So a lot of the same kind of techniques get employed. Not a lot of notes, interesting notes, and repetition get used to draw you in and keep your attention.